Drive?
Yeah, no, I said second.
Uh-oh.
Is
that for you?
No, it's 15,000 per second. I need my money.
Your rate's going up, huh?
I money cash. I ain't going for that.
Bentley now? Benz isn't cool enough?
I don't want that
Maybach truck.
No, I could see Walt. I don't even know what I could see him in. He wants that damn Volkswagen van. See, this is what you do. You get the Volkswagen van and then you add to it.
Yeah.
And then you add to it. That thing's crazy.
Okay.
Right.
Hey,
Talk to me, Walt. Talk to me.
hey, man, look here. You a guest in the house. Pick that bone up, Mike.
Me? You want me to do it?
You
want me to do it?
Can you pick the bone up, Mike? What? I tried telling them people. Hey, Mike. Destination's one in the nation.
Number one in the nation.
Tendernism. You got the black diamonds, boy.
I seen these on the internet.
They be shining.
Let me get the diamond on the wrist.
Hey, man, just pick it up, Mike.
Let me get the diamond on the wrist.
Hey,
Let me get the diamond on the
go.
wrist.
Shake it like a song.
He's telling y'all. Talk to him, Walt.
Tendernism, cap. Did y'all hear me? And you better know it.
Google Earth that.
Oh, yeah.
My man.
Boy, look at him. Like a salt shaker. So hey.
You want to go on tour, Walt?
Man, we on tour right now. You at?
I'm on tour right now, too. First time I have an oxtail.
Hey, look. Booyah. How you like it, Mike?
That's incredible.
Do you like it?
That's incredible.
What I'm talking about.
That's
Man,
incredible.
come on.
So everybody all over the country has been talking about this situation with Mr. Tendernism, right? It's widespread. It's even went international because he had those videos, those sensational videos with the meat falling off the bone, and everybody thought that he was the owner of Destination Smokehouse out there in Moretta, California, right? But it's come to pass that now a W man, Nick Yepperman, he actually owns the restaurant. And there was some controversy when Keith Lee, went there. Keith Lee is known for going all over the country and tasting food and giving his opinion on it and then giving like a big donation. Well, he wanted to give Walter, Mr. Tendernism, a $4,000 donation, which he wasn't able to do it. And when he went online, he expressed why he wasn't able to do so. And a lot of people took umbrage with that. A lot of people was upset. And they went to social media, and a lot of people started to do a lot of digging. Now, when you look up Mr. Tendernism and Destination Smokehouse, they got him known as the mascot. I mean, it got so ugly to the point where they had to come out and get out in front. They had to come out and get out in front of this, right? People, it was getting real ugly, real ugly. People was finding out that Mr. Yepperman was copywriting the term tenderism, right? They was really trying to dig and find out if Unc Walter is really an owner. And like I said, this thing is widespread and it's something that everybody's talking about to the point they had to come out and say this.
The worst part was that Unc wasn't the restaurant owner. It wasn't. The real outrage is that the term tendernism was trademarked by the restaurant owner. What we are witnessing is an old black man being used as a mascot for another man, white man's restaurant. And let's be honest, after seeing all those viral videos of the meat falling off the bone, anybody would want to try it. It was tendernism that made this restaurant explode online. People come to see him. Keith Lee came to see him. The viral fame, the business, the buzz that came from Unc, not the owner. But when Keith tried to leave a $4,000 tip, security stopped him, saying Unc was too busy. What made people even angrier was the owner's response afterward.
If I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we could go over there. That's what I would have done.
The way the owner speaks and Unc's energy just makes the whole thing feel uncomfortable.
The business has been huge and is very visible to a lot of people. But then at the end of the day, it shortchanges so many other people who built this business, including this guy, who when I met him had absolutely zero. He's some circumstances that happened after the fact with other people that he talked to that opened our eyes up to why he probably felt the way that he did. Even the way that he approached it, he didn't ask for anybody else. There's a lot of people visible on social media. To offer a tip to a business owner was crazy. That was the other thing too, is he really thinks Walt is like this helpless guy who needs his help. How are you going to tip a business owner? Tip the whole staff.
I want to give this to Walter.
Okay.
He specifically said his name to ask me a couple of questions. to ask him a couple of questions. I meant to say that's how he presented it. He didn't say, "Hey, I want to give y'all this, and in the meantime, can I talk to Walter and Nick or whatever?" He literally asked for him only and said he want to give him that amount of money.
Even Reynaldo or Butcher Bill or someone that's visible, Walter French, anybody else, it would have felt like it was coming from a place that we would have accepted. But we're blessed that we have this following. Yeah, you want me to cut it short? Sorry, brother.
Hey, look here. I'd like you to some kind of way get in touch with him if possibility. Tell him when he come back. And hey, look, I'm willing to meet him. I mean, he can call me on the phone number.
Pay attention well. And let me say this. This is why FBA is needed. This is why delineation is needed. I often tell you guys, and I think I'm going to have to do a live stream on this. I often tell you guys that our biggest detractors in our community against FBA is going to be our own people. Because it's the way that a lot of our people, the majority of our people think. Right? We've been conditioned for so many generations of going outside of ourselves for things that we need. We don't see the relevance in each other. We don't see the love in each other. So whenever it's time for us to deal with each other, we got all kinds of arguments and fights. But when it's everybody else, oh, we got to love each other and we just got to bring everybody together in love. Because we've been subordinate and been in need or been dependent upon so many other people for so long, we don't see the love in ourselves. The thing is, listen to what this man said. He said, when I met him, he had nothing. That wasn't our business. That was him reminding the old man who he is, and who's in charge, right? Then he said, why would you want to tip a business owner? Well, we want to tip a business owner because we know him as to the work he's been doing, and he wanted to tip him because he's the reason why he came to the restaurant. But when I hear that, that lets me know who's in charge. And the old guy might be like an old guy that might have been like a drunk or something, just with some talent in cooking, man. And he got, he could talk that jive talk. He could talk real fly, right? But again, when you deal with a lot of our people, right, and there's a new movement of our young people waking up, we're going to have to deal with this way of thinking. You see the black man in the back, siding with the W man, right? They be knowing the truth, but they scared of being independent and being on their own and having to do things on their own. I'm just telling you the truth, man. I'm just telling you the truth. So now you got people, like, listen to what you got a W woman and a black woman. They all speaking out on this, right? But let's listen to what they got to say, and then we'll come right back.
What we are witnessing is an old black man being used as a mascot for another man, white man's restaurant. Had it not been for food reviewer Keith Lee, most of us wouldn't have known it. He's in Hawaii right now, but he went to Destination Smokehouse to meet Unc, Mr. Tendernism himself, a guy who loses his mind every time the ribs fall off the bone. So Keith went there to review the food and gave an honest review, talked about how good the food was, but that it wasn't near as tender as what it is in the videos. Even was going to give him thousands of dollars in tips. They refused to let him give Unc the money. Here's the truth behind the whole thing. Mr. Tendernism doesn't own the restaurant. He is simply an employee. This man in this video is the owner.
This whole situation with Mr. Tenderism and the owner of Destination Smokehouse reminds me of something I've seen before. The situation reminds me how survival will shape what people believe they deserve. Sometimes people are not choosing less, but choosing what once felt like the most. For a lot of older black men especially, access was the win. Stability was the goal. Being taken care of felt safer than asking for ownership. That does not mean that they lacked intelligence or awareness. It just means that survival shaped what felt possible. Younger generations have more language for equity and leverage, and it isn't because we're better, but because the world has shifted. What people are reacting to isn't even just the situation itself, it's the grief of realizing that so many brilliant people gave away ideas because they did not believe that more was available.
Hearing that young sister talk, I almost bring tears to my eyes because she was spot on. When she said access was the win, stability was the goal, and being taken care of was better than being on your own with fear of failure. Or fear of no longer having access because things didn't go right. And this is the way the majority of our people in America think. And I'm so glad that that young lady and a lot of young people are starting to see, no, we want ownership. Access is just getting us in the room, but we're way more talented than that. We're no longer surrendering our talent over to you. You can no longer have our talent. But a lot of our people thought back in the day was just to have access to be able to get a job, just to feed their family. And I'm not knocking the elders because they push the line as far as they can push it for me to be able to walk, right? And I wasn't alive in their day, so I can't judge them. I don't know the horror and the things that the scrutiny and things that they had to go through and why they had to make the certain decisions. But I know that they made them where I'm living now to be able to make my own decisions. So shout out to the ancestors and shout out to all those that was there before me. No disrespect to them, right? But again, we gotta have more than an access mentality. Right? Forget being taken care of. I don't need no W man telling me when I met you, you had nothing. I don't need no W man saying, why you didn't get it for all of us when I'm the focal point, when I'm the show. People coming in to see me. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Right? They coming to see me. Right? But yet and still, I'm surrendering all my talent over to you. And you're benefiting more off of it than I am. Right? So now he's responded to all the claims that Destination Smokehouse was getting. And again, in rare fashion, he comes out and he says this.
My little brother.
What's
Boy,
up?
boy, we back in the country, man. I've been riding for miles, man. Boy, this is the loveliest place in the world right now. Y'all know about this place here. Yes, y'all do. Y'all seen some grills back here before. Yeah, because you come to Destination Smokehouse anywhere, you see the same grill. Atmosphere might seem to be the same. This out in the country. Boy, you don't know what this destination. One in the nation. All the time. I ain't gonna even talk about none of that crazy stuff, because we positive. See, our brain got to stay inside the cup to make sure the people's brain to slip on the outside of the cup. I'm trying to help them get it back on the inside. All they have to do is I got a Destination Smokehouse here. It's the southern part of California. City be Marietta. This destination one. How y'all doing today? Dr. Martin Luther King. Good man, wasn't he? Bring all people together. All people together. All people. You know, we can go to Stone Mountain, Georgia. But we all got to come together. All of us. We human. That's what Destination's about.
And man, you know, God bless my elders, man. May the Lord keep his hand on our elders. Nobody had more faith or more belief in the Most High than them. And a lot of times, man, our people, they got taken advantage of because they believed that at some point this W man would change. They believed at some point he would, some of these people will have a soul and they would gain a heart. And they're not. They're not. A lot of our people are some of the nicest people you ever meet, man. And we're just so forgiving and loving and all these different things, man. But it's not being reciprocated. They're not. They can't love the way that you love. They're not made that way. Everything is based off of war, fight, competition, and everything else. When we just create something, invent it. We open up our doors to hip hop. We open up our doors to our inventions. We open up our doors and we say, hey man, you guys can come in. You guys, we'll share. We've done it with the Latinos. We've done it with so many different groups, and people just come in and smack us, man, and just take things from us, man. And then we turn the other cheek and we just forgive them. And we just allow them to come in and keep taking. And that's why I'm so glad that the sister said, we just want access. We just want access. We just want to get in the room. That's all we want. We don't let everybody else control everything else from there, though. And I'm glad that the young girl, the young lady in this video today, she's seeing that. And the younger people saying, nah, we ain't moving like that no more. We ain't moving like that. So I don't want nobody dissing the elder. Don't diss the elder. We just learn from the elder and then we do better. We learn from the elder and we do better. We no longer sending our babies over to those W colleges where they make billions of dollars. We bring them to where our people are. If we say, we know that we don't own the HBCUs, but if those HBCUs is where our children are, keep those our blue chip black athletes with us. Make ESPN and all those news stations and advertising billions come down to our colleges. We'll let that money trickle down back into our communities. We're not just giving our talents away no more, because we moved the needle here in this country. Now, there was a black female attorney that saw everything, and she went and did some digging, and she uncovered this.
Mr. Tendernism is in tender trouble. There are a total of 4 trademark applications pending for the word tendernism, and unfortunately, Mr. Tendernism is not an applicant on any of those applications. Now, I'm Attorney Candace. Let's talk about what we can do to help save Mr. Tendernism's brand so he doesn't end up like Ain't She Mama. Remember Ain't She Mama on the syrup? She never got credit. Now, just as a recap for people who may not know Mr. Tendernism, he got his fame here on TikTok after doing videos showing his barbecue falling right off the bone, and he would say the word tenderism. All right, check it out.
I'm telling y'all about tenderness. But I'm saying, do that look like?
Now, social media has recently been in an uproar because the public has discovered Kenneth L. Harris has filed a trademark for the word tendernism. And so the public is feeling like, hey, someone's trying to steal Mr. Tendernism's brand. Now, Mr. Harris did make a statement on TikTok basically saying he's a black man. He wasn't trying to steal tendernism, but he knew or he feared that other people would try to steal it. So he trademarked it first. He's an attorney. Mr. Kenneth Harris is an attorney. He trademarked it first. He's been trying to get in contact with Mr. Tendernism to transfer over ownership to him, but he's been unsuccessful. Now, the other thing is, when I did my little deep dive in legal research, Kenneth is not the only one who has filed a trademark. Now, Mr. Harris filed his trademark for the word tenderism in 2 different classes. He filed that as early as November 16th, 2025. But subsequently, we have a whole separate person who has filed for a trademark. And guess who that is? Now, we've all heard of the restaurant Destination Smokehouse. But when you check the trademark records, there's a separate company called Diamond Smokehouse who filed subsequent trademarks after attorney Kenneth Harris.
Now, she uncovered that this man, Yipperman, listen, man, he copyrighted, the name Mr. Tendernism, and it's just like a lot of speculations and a lot of things going around. But as long as Mr. Tendernism is cool and he all right with it, then we got to be all right with it. But what we got to do is we got to learn so that way we don't be Mr. Tendernism. We actually own the restaurant going forward now. See, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell my FBA family something out there. Mr. Tendernism is holding the mirror up to the FBA community. And he's showing us what our talents are, but he also showing us what not to do. So he talked that jive, that old school jive, to the point, all the stuff they said was ninja-fied. Guess what? They love it when they can make money off of it. They love that ninja. See, when they want to make fun of you in the media and downplay you, they say, look at those ninjas. But then when they want to make money off of it, look at that jive talk. And meat falling off the bone. He doing that talk like we do at when all the family's over. In the black community, all the family's over. I'm a cooker. I like the barbecue too. I'm sharp with it. I'm mean with it too, right? But you cook the food and you watching people eat your food and they enjoying it, and we on there, we talking trash, we talking slick, right? Your brother come over, y'all get to talk, y'all get to competing and talking trash. That's our culture. That's what we do, right? So now people seeing FBA culture, and people showing up in lines around the corner because this OG, Mr. Walter, and there's thousands of Walters all over America, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Philadelphia, Chicago, LA, Oakland, everywhere. I mean, places out in Atlanta, New York City. Listen, I could go on and on and on. There's thousands of OG Walters everywhere. That's our culture. But we keep giving our culture away, right? Because we just seek access, the opportunity, but not the ownership, not the leadership of it. Because a lot of us have fear of failure. And that's why a lot of y'all don't want to be a part of FBA. But even though you are lineage-wise, you don't want to support FBA because of fear of failure. You'd rather be on that Democratic plantation even though you know it's a sinking ship. And you know not to go over there to the other side because none of those people been our friends. But you say, well, I got to pick the lesser of two evils. You would rather be on a sinking ship because you are afraid of change, because you are afraid of failure. And this is why somebody like the OG could be in that situation rather than have his own. For fear of people not supporting them and fear of failure. And as FBAs, we got to change this mindset. That's why we got to keep pounding the pavement and keep repetition every day. Keep saying this and saying this and saying this, man. And as an OG that's been in these spaces for a long time, I'm going to keep saying it. If y'all made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.